wait. Single step. You've pretty much been doing.
I can't hear you. What?
I'm on mute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Should we just start letting people in?
Yeah. You're gonna introduce yourself. You're fine.
I got all the slides ready. Yeah.
I'm just a visitor allowing people in.
Okay.
Back to 10.
Hello. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Riley. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Vicky.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes, see if anyone else jumps on, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
You should do what that guy from Open Door did. The song,
The elevator
the
music.
Jeopardy song.
All right. So I'm going to go live on Facebook, and then I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. Well, before I get started, is anyone here actively using Facebook to like market yourselves, market your business organically? Are you guys doing paid ads? Anyone here leveraging any of that stuff? All right. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. So let me know when you guys can see it.
That's how we're on, Tristan. It's Facebook 101 for us.
I can't hear you. You're muted mostly, I think.
I said, that's how we're on, Tristan. It's Facebook 101 for us.
All right. Well, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So like Melissa said, this workshop is going to be pretty much Facebook 101. And the reason why I titled this how to close an extra 10 plus deals through social media is because a lot of agents have actually leveraged these things organically. They've also leveraged these things through paid ads, and they've actually been able to scale their real estate business. And I like to say extra because, a lot of the agents that I work with are already kind of doing their own strategies. So they have like their open houses, maybe they've really farmed an area. And I like to look at social media as kind of like just an extra add-on. So like, this is something that you get to add as a pillar and add as additional deals in your pipeline. So today, what we're going to be covering is the organic method to more deals, leveraging online leads, and the social media blueprint. So pretty much how we're going to be able to tie both of those things in together. So that way, we can create this ongoing pipeline of leads, create this database filled with phone numbers, emails, more relationships, more conversations, and be able to continuously have that going and close more deals online. So for anyone new on here, I just wanted to give a quick introduction. So my name's Tristan. I'm the digital marketing specialist at Best Homes Real Estate. I've been here for over 2 years now. I've also, in addition, though, been helping agents scale their business online for about 4 years. So I actually worked with Alan, the Alan K team before he was the Best Homes Real Estate. and helped him with all of his marketing and everything, and helped other agents alongside too. I've helped agents close an extra 10 plus deals through paid advertising, and I've helped agents close an extra 100K in commissions through organic posting strategies. So we're going to be going over kind of like the psychology behind all of this stuff, and how you can start doing this stuff organically and through paid ads. So I wanted to show you guys a few pictures too before. So right here we have Susan. If you guys follow her on, Facebook and stuff, if you're here at Best Homes Real Estate, you guys see all of her posting all the time. And I just wanted to show you guys these things just so you guys know that if you guys do this stuff consistently, it's going to happen. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen, a week or a month from now, but this is something that's going to take, maybe a couple months of just consistently doing. So Susan was able to get, a buyer through one of her videos. And then she also got a listing through another video through social media. We have Felix. He got a listing in Sun City recently. He picked up a $2.7 million listing and closed 2 online leads last year. We have Eric. He had a few referrals from, he actually was recognized in Vegas, which I thought was really neat. And he had a few agents out of state who referred him business by just seeing all of his content on social media as well. And then the last one is kind of what we're going to be covering on the third segment is the paid advertising. And Raul Henriquez and his team were actually able to close 10 plus deals last year just through paid advertising. So if you guys, really want to implement these things, these are proven people who've done it already, and you guys just have to commit to it and put in the work for it to make it happen. So a lot of people always ask me, why should I be using social media as a main pillar? And the way I like to look at it is social media is the only way you can actually reach thousands of people at once, rather than, being at in-person events and everything. And it allows you to put your content in front of people on autopilot. And when I say this, you can do paid ads for this. You could be doing TikTok reels. You could be, Instagram reels, TikToks, any of those kinds of videos. When you guys are putting these things out there, this is pretty much like an employee working for you, putting yourself in front of people continuously. Another reason for social media is it's a great way to showcase authority through your content. So if you guys are posting stuff, educating buyers, educating sellers, it's going to put you in front, make you stand out over other real estate agents and really put you in that authority standpoint. Another great reason for, social media is you can find people with common interests. So what I mean by this is you can start going in like local Facebook groups. You guys can you guys could do detailed targeting with ads. You guys can grab lists from people. Like I know a lot of agents will grab lists of a certain area that they want to farm, like a certain community, or maybe, like if they want to get a specific audience, you're able to grab those lists from like a title company, and you can run those videos, your content in front of them continuously. Another thing is just building your brand overall. So, when you're doing your daily posts, when you're engaging with people, this is like a huge networking event for you. You don't have to go out to events every single week. All you have to do is hop on Facebook for about 30 minutes, engage with your followers, like people's posts, let them see your name. Every time you like their post, your name pops up in their notifications, and they're going to interact with you more and more as you like their posts. Your posts will actually start showing in front of them more, and it kind of bumps you up on the Facebook algorithm. So it's very important that you guys are doing that. And then the last thing is get more people to know you, like you, and trust you at scale. So the way I want you guys to think about this, and I put the example here, is you guys are probably already doing networking events, open houses, you're door knocking, but you're only able to reach so many people doing that. And with social media, your reach is unlimited. You can increase content, you can increase your ad spend, and it's ultimately going to just be more and more and more reach. So like example, if you did paid ads and you spent $300 and you got 100 leads, maybe you got one serious buyer and seller. Because I'm going to be realistic with you guys. These things are, usually 1 to 3% conversion rates with the paid ads. And, but what it does is it gives you that opportunity to close that additional deal and then be able to scale to maybe $900 a month and get 3 serious buyers and sellers, and then maybe make 24,000 to 30,000 in extra in commissions. So your opportunity is endless with social media. And that's why I really want you guys to think about that as I show you guys all of these different things when it comes to posting online. So the first thing that you want to do with Facebook, and I think it's very neglected because sometimes we post stuff and we don't think that, people aren't liking it, or we think, Facebook's not really working, but really all it is really understanding who your audience is. So like when it comes to grabbing the viewer's attention, you need to realize that you're dealing with emotions, and the key to every person's attention is finding a problem or pain point and turn that into a solution or pleasure. And this is the root behind every person's attention online. And that's why we always say, don't just be posting about real estate. That's not the only thing that grabs people's attention. This could be something that you persevered through. This could be like money advice. This could be recognition. It could be something like maybe it's you and your spouse, romance, or anything that seems important in their life. They're going to want to see more of it in your life. So it's important to show people that your posts involve these things on the first line of the text too. So when you guys are posting, you really need to start thinking about like the first line on all of your posts and figuring out like, if I were to see this online, would this grab my attention? So like make sure you're straight to the point, you grab them with that hook, and then make sure that you have good images too, and that you also are putting good videos out there. Another thing is speaking their language. As you guys know, every audience is different. You guys all probably have different followers, and you need to start thinking like, what is the best way to speak to your audience? Everyone behaves and speaks in different ways, and you need to make sure that your content is resonating with that target audience. So a good example is maybe if you're younger and you have a bunch of people following you, you're not going to be talking or posting about $1 million listings. You're going to be speaking to people who are probably going to be buying their first home ever. So what kind of content should you be putting out there? It should be first-time homebuyer tips, or how to get qualified. Let's say you have a lot of friends who are homeowners. You should be speaking when you're doing real estate tips to people that actually already own a home, and maybe the best 3 things to prepare for when selling your home, and things such as that. So you guys really need to understand your audience. I know it'll adapt over time, it changes, but in order to benefit the most out of all of your guys' posts, you need to start honing down on this specific thing. So does anyone have any questions about the audience? All right. So the next thing that I want to cover, and it's going to be a few bullets, and it's the psychology behind actually posting your content. So the first thing is the reward bias. People won't take action without an incentive. So when you guys are posting, pay close attention to the things that will benefit the person reading it. So every time I post something, or I see, agents posting anything, you got to start asking yourself, what are they getting out of reading your post? Or what are they actually getting out of, your video content? Are you educating them? Are you showcasing like local, new things in the community? Are you helping them with anything? What are they getting out of your post? The next thing is social proof. People think and act as others around are thinking and acting. So one of the greatest things to start posting on your social media is showcase your happy clients. And what it will do is it'll actually create an urge for them to want the same from you. So if you start posting, it's kind of like the fear of missing out. Instead of posting like, hey, I just sold this, or hey, I just helped someone get into their first home, make it about them. Like, I'm so excited that so-and-so was able to purchase their first home, make it celebratory about them. The same thing for people selling. Maybe they wanted to relocate and you're just super excited for them to be able to get out of their house with a smooth transaction and able to, be able to move out of state without any worries. The third thing is authority. When people see you as an authority, they tend to listen to you a lot more. So in order to be an authority, you must act as one online. And this is why I'm so heavy on agent tips. You have to have a stance on certain subjects, and most importantly, show certainty in what you are talking about. So if you're ever doing videos, be confident. Like, people are already following you, they're already listening to your content because they trust you. They like you, they like your content. So be confident in what you're talking about. You guys are the experts. I know sometimes you won't want to post stuff because it's like, this is very simple information, but there's people out there who actually need this information, and you being able to help them is going to go a long way with that. The next thing is likability. So people want to work with someone they like. And the best way to do this is knowing what you and your audience like in common. And once you associate yourself with those things, you will build trust with your audience. This is one of the most important things. And, this is why it's important to, and I'm going to cover this later in the presentation, but we have a build your brand guide here at Best Homes Real Estate. And what we do is you really have to cover, the pillars. So what are your key pillars when you are posting on social media behind your brand? What's your brand statement? And that's where you're going to start figuring out, ways to post and create that likability for you. The next thing is the more exposure effect. People tend to develop preferences based off of being more familiar with it. So, the more that people are, seeing like your tips, maybe they're seeing your seller tips, they're going to feel more familiar with selling a home. They're going to be more confident doing it. The next thing is the context effect. When we understand the context of something, we believe to understand the entire thing. So give people the right context and allow them to fill in the blanks for you. And this is a great way to actually show authority without actually, pushing it out there saying, hey, I sold 50 homes. Like, an example is what I learned from working with 50 buyers. This is a great way to start creating content so that you can start having them fill in those blanks and give you that authoritative status when you are posting online. And the last one is envy, jealousy tendency. People want things that have limited availability. And we all know that. So when you are viewed as a valuable, scarce resource, people will gravitate towards you more. So this is why it's important to be posting consistently. It shows that you're busy. If you're constantly working with clients, if you create that calendar for people to actually click on, it is a great way to have people wanting to reach out to you, and it kind of develops that more of attracting than chasing business online. Does anyone have any questions about those? All right. So the next thing I'm going to be covering is the stranger to clients 6-step formula. And I know, like, everything that I just talked about in there, that was just kind of the things behind it. But if you break it down to these 6 things, it gets a lot easier as you're posting content. So the first thing that our whole goal is to bring more awareness. So start asking yourself, like, are you bringing awareness to people on social media? Are you posting enough for more people to see your content? Are you posting on the Instagram Reels? Are you posting on TikTok? Are you posting once to twice a day on Facebook to bring that awareness? The second thing you should be asking yourself is knowledge. Are you giving people an understanding of who you are? And are you showing that you're actually relevant through agent tips, through client successes, and things such as that? After that, is the liking stage. So are you building a relationship and creating a sense that they know you? And this is just over, commenting, sending messages, posting content consistently. And then the fourth thing is staying at the top of the mind. So this is establishing your expert authority and becoming the preferred real estate agent. This just happens as you start filling out, after you do the first 3 things, these next things just kind of start trickling down for you. You're going to be at the top of the mind because you're consistent. People are going to develop that need for your service. And then the 6th thing is, they're going to potentially become clients. They're going to reach out to you or want to contact you for appointments. So this is just a quick page on the things that I really think matter the most when it comes to posting on social media. So it's important to implement these things. And if you guys if you guys have not, gotten the Build Your Brand guide, or you haven't really seen it at all, I can actually give you guys the Build Your Brand guide. I'll attach it to the bottom of this call, and really take the time to fill it out. I don't want to go through it because it'll take a lot of time, but this is going to be kind of your pillars. Once you figure out your pillars, your brand statement, your target audience, your desired audience, and everything like that, you're really going to know what to start posting on social media a lot more. You're going to be able to break it down to 60% is going to be on this, 30% is going to be on this, and maybe 10% is going to be on this. And it's a lot easier when you guys have this Build Your Brand guide down, because then you'll know what to actually post. So once you've got that down, spend time on Sundays. You can schedule out your content. That's what I always recommend with agents who are just getting started on Facebook. If you don't want to schedule it ahead of time, set a timer or just an alert during the weekdays. So notify yourself in the morning. Hey, it's time to post on Facebook, and then set another notification at 3 p.m. It's time to post on Facebook again. And then the third thing is to just really see what's working. So look at, what posts are getting the most reach, what posts are getting the most shares, what's getting the most engagement and conversations. And then, it's just going to be over and over again, posting daily. The fifth thing that I really want to share with you guys, because I don't think a lot of people do this enough, is engaging in local groups. So is anyone on the call right now? Are you guys currently engaging in local groups, or have you guys joined any local groups?
Hi, Tristan.
Hey, Vicky.
Hey, yeah, I have joined a lot of groups, and when I do, I'm not very great at it, but when I do postings, I always share them to those groups but you have to make sure it's allowable. Some groups won't allow you to post that kind of content.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely see that a lot. That's why I think, it's very good to continuously post on those things. And sometimes they'll take them down, and, that's going to happen. But since you've joined a lot of groups, one of the strategies that I like to implement with the agents is, when you join these groups, don't only focus on your content you're posting. If you join, for instance, we're right by the Arrowhead Lakes area at the office. So I have some agents who really want to farm that area. So what I tell them to do is join some local Arrowhead Lake community Facebook groups, and, start commenting on people's posts. So like whatever they're asking, if they ask any questions, like, is there any recommended doctors here? Or do you guys have a preferred car guy or anything like that? Interact in those for about like 30 minutes a day in different groups. And then once you actually respond to them, add them as a friend on Facebook. And then if they add you back, you give them an intro message, and then that they are now in your world of the Facebook in your Facebook followers. So I think it's a great tool. And like Vicky said too, you should be posting content in there as well. So if you're in a local area and you're going to restaurants, don't only just post that on your personal Facebook, but also post that in groups as well that might benefit from it. Because, you don't want people to just see you when you're posting about real estate. You want to be seen as that local authority. So, the go-to person in Phoenix, or the go-to person in Peoria. The next thing is making sure that you're adding these people a day. So Facebook groups, I always recommend that you add 10 people a day. You don't want to get flagged by Facebook, and you also want to be able to measure it. So shoot for like 10 comments a day in the groups. And then after, they've responded, or they've liked your comment when you've responded back, or maybe you created a post and had people comment on your post, add them as a friend. And not all of them are going to add you back, but it's a good start to start building your Facebook organically. Because I know a lot of agents, you only have like 200 friends in your Facebook feed, and you want to grow that, but you also want to make sure that you have your ideal audience. So that's why it's important to join these local groups, add those people, because they're in the same area as you. You guys will relate to relevant content. You're going to be able to help them. And then that might give them more of a reason to want to follow you back. The next thing is when they've added you back, send an intro message to new friends. So you could literally just be like, hey, thank you so much for adding me as a friend. I just wanted to quickly introduce myself. My name's Tristan. I'm a local real estate agent. And if you ever have any questions, I'd be happy to help you here. So that is very important too when you're adding these people. And the next thing is to continuously keep posting. So you have all these people coming as friends. You have all of these people in your world, they're now following you. And, now you can post, and then now they're going to be seeing your content moving forward. So, Alan always talks about it too. Your goal should be to be having as many conversations a day about real estate. And you guys need to realize that this can also be done on social media. This doesn't have to be just phone calls. This could be, direct messages. This could be, you guys chatting back and forth in the comments or things such as that. And then, usually people will, if you are posting enough agent tips, they're going to ask you a few questions in that conversation. They might be like, oh, by the way, maybe I know some so-and-so are looking to sell their home. Is it okay if I give them your information? Or maybe they'll have a couple questions because they're considering selling a home in the next year or two. But these conversations that you do daily will start to, build that trust with people. So does anyone have any questions on this part? All right, so that's kind of the method that I think is really important when it comes to organic posting. And the next thing that I want to cover is leveraging online leads. So whether you are getting leads, through your brokerage or if you're generating your own leads, I think this is a very important tool that you need to be implementing with the organic method strategies as well. So the number one thing that I would recommend is create a lead gen campaign. If you're not having a lot of conversations a day, create a lead gen campaign of people interested in buying or selling. So some examples of what I do with the agents is you can do a list of homes under a certain amount. You could do homes with pools in a specific area. You can do people looking for off-market rentals and, maybe offer them, any rent to own programs. But these leads can be as low as $5, and I've even seen them as low as $1.50 per lead. And this is a great way to just get conversations going on top of your organic method on social media as well. So what you do with those is you can gather their name, you can gather their email, you can gather their phone number and get this all sent to your CRM. And this is going to be calls. And like Alan always says, the money is in the follow-up. So if you add a strategy like this is also adding an additional 3 to 4 phone calls a day, which they won't all answer, obviously, but it's the whole goal of it is to look at it in the big picture. So if you stay in front of them, one of the things, the way I like to look at it is, let's say you generated 100 leads. Maybe only 3% of them, answer you, or maybe five people answer you and you only get a few appointments out of it. But then let's say only one person actually is able to close and want to buy with you. That's still out of a $500 investment, that's an $8,000 commission. So it's really important to look at these numbers and see the big picture, because even though there's only 3 to 4 leads coming into your database a day, it's really at scale. How many leads am I going to close after 100? And this stuff really adds up once you've actually started consistently, generating your leads and consistently calling them. So does anyone have any questions about the leveraging the online leads? All right. So this is kind of like the big picture that I want to show you guys, because this is how I see putting all of this stuff together is the best way to make sure it's all being implemented. And, you're constantly, building your pipeline and making sure that you are getting more deals, getting more closings. And as you guys can see, I have the paid method down here. So this is usually like the lead gen campaign. And then above here is the organic method. So like I talked to you about, engaging in local groups, adding friends and family, adding mutual friends, making sure that you're commenting on people's stuff, you're liking it, you're posting stories, you're getting engagement. That's all going to be the organic method. And once these people are in your little world, like on your Facebook, that's where your consistent content's going to take place. You're going to be posting your agent tip, your client successes, time with family, your hobbies that you like to do. And you're going to make sure you're doing this on a daily basis. And what this will eventually lead to is sales chats and appointments, or just questions about real estate. And that's ultimately what we want with this. And with the paid method, you have leads going straight to your CRM, you're calling them, you're sending them weekly emails, you might be retargeting them with paid ads, and that will ultimately get them to the sales chats and appointments too. So, it takes both of these, I think, to really scale at a high level, and you have to be putting the time into both of these. Before I move forward, is anyone maybe doing organic method? Because I feel like a lot of people, maybe are doing the paid ads, but you're not implementing the organic reach by taking the time, the 30 minutes a day to getting to know your followers more. Is anyone doing that right now? Eddie, are you there?
Yes.
Are you doing, I know that you did the lead gen accelerator. Are you doing any of the organic methods in order to, grow your conversations and everything?
I don't do it as often as I should, but yes, I do it on occasion.
And do you notice like a growing like your reach and everything, or when
Yeah.
you are?
Yeah, a
Go
little
ahead.
bit. I've been talking with more investors lately.
Awesome. And how did you find those investors?
So I went into the group chat, there's like a group chat, Arizona Investor Club, I think it's called. I just said, I'm just a local realtor with Best Homes, and I'm looking to work with some investors in the near future. If anyone is interested, kind of, please reach out. And I had like 3 or
Awesome.
4 people reach out to me.
Awesome. So just that one post, you had like 3 conversations with investors.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah. So guys, that's why I think, this stuff is really important, because you guys have to be doing this, and it's not going to be immediate results when you guys do these things, but you guys have to start thinking of, these little conversations. Imagine if you did that daily and you had 3 extra conversations a day, or maybe you talked to 3 new investors a day. It can really change the outcome of your business in the next 6 months to an actual, like, to even a year. And I think that's the biggest thing that is that people don't see, is the big picture when it comes to social media. You guys have to be doing this every single day. It's just like anyone who's doing open houses every day. It's just like anyone who's door knocking every day. The second you stop doing it, you're losing to someone else on social media who's doing it in front of your followers as well. So make sure you're consistent. Make sure that you're posting all of these things so that they see your content, so that you stay at the top of the mind, you build that trust with them, and that they do refer business to you, or they ask you for the real estate questions. So does anyone have, oh, go ahead.
I've also, and you have to be a little bit careful. You'll have to read their rules and regs, as they do have some. But the Nextdoor app, I've gotten, I know of 2, possibly 3 clients from putting posts out there in your own community Nextdoor app.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, that I've seen that app. That's probably a great tool for that. Has anyone else tried Nextdoor? I think I've heard Alan or someone else talk about it before too, but that's definitely a great one to use for especially for your local community, like we were talking about earlier. I mean,
Right.
yeah. So yeah, thank you for that. No, I think that's a great tool. If anyone is trying to leverage their local community, it's just another source that you can add your content on. Vicky, what kind of content did you like put out there?
I typically market my listing program, my flat fee listing program. So content in regards to that.
Oh, okay, awesome.
A lot of remarks, a lot of people reaching out, wanting me to reach out. And I ended up getting, I know of 2, possibly 3, if I can remember correctly, clients off of it. So, it's a good platform.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, guys, I would definitely check that out too. And then Vicky, have you tried? I mean, I know you said Facebook groups a little bit, but I know there are a lot of restrictions, but do you do that pretty consistently on Facebook as well, or Instagram?
Certainly not as consistent as I should be about it, that's for sure. But I do try to put like market updates, even Cromford report update, that kind of stuff out, content that really speaks to people that are trying to get into this market.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think if you posted, at least you aim for like maybe twice a week doing those things in like groups and on your social media, especially with your offer too, you could really scale that. Or imagine if you had like 1,000 people a week on paid ads seeing that specific offer, if you posted it organically and got just a few people, I definitely think you could do that at scale, with like paid advertising and posting it consistently on your social media. But that's awesome. I'm glad the next level or the next door thing is working for you, because I've been kind of curious about that. And well, and we have proof right here, so it actually works.
Right.
Thank you, Vicky.
Sure.
Okay, so the next thing that I want to kind of cover is the 90-day goals. So when we were talking about everything before, like the posting and things such as that, your 90-day goals should be 135 posts, 90 stories, generate 315 leads, have 900 conversations on social media, 45 hours of prospecting and connecting with people, and 900 friend requests sent. And so I like to, always kind of be realistic when you are sending out these friend requests. So maybe only 100 of them actually add you back after you've commented. So that's 100 new local friends who know you're an agent and who are going to be seeing your content moving forward. Do any of you guys think that you guys can do this in the next 90 days?
I think we can all do it. It's a matter of whether or not we do.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I ask is I honestly, when I saw this too, I was like, this is a lot of stuff to do. I mean, we're talking 135 posts, 90 stories, 300 leads, 900 conversations. So what I wanted to do after this is I broke it down to like your daily tasks. And I think that when you look at it this way and you take it day by day, because social media is long term, you have to start, taking it day by day with everything. All it is 1 to 2 posts per day, posting 1 story per day. Maybe you're running paid ads, you're generating 3 to 4 leads a day. You're having 10 conversations online. So this could be, people will comment on your stories, people are going to like your stuff, your photos, your images. And that's more conversation. You can reach out to people in direct messages, maybe like some old friends that you maybe don't talk to on the phone. So it's not as, as warm as maybe just reaching out to them on social media. And that all being implemented into like 30 minutes of engaging with them. And then you sending out your 10 new friend requests by just engaging with 10 people on your Facebook group. If you guys do this every single day, and guys, honestly, you have to do this if you want social media to be one of your main pillars. But I wanted to show you guys this because this is what it actually will be every 90 days that you guys do that. So just look at it at a smaller scale, but realize the big picture that you're doing and how many more people you're going to be able to reach. And this is not just whatever you guys are already doing in real estate. This is just 135 more posts that are going to, maybe they get 100 reach each. You're going to be reaching thousands of people online. Your 90 stories, you might get like 50 people watching it each day. And that times 90 is, I don't even know. I think it's like 20,000 or 2,000, but it's a lot of people seeing you guys on a daily basis that normally wouldn't be seeing you guys. Same thing with the leads. let's say you generated 315 leads, because I did three to four leads per day. That's 3 possible buyers or sellers through your Facebook ads that you've just now added to your pipeline. That's an additional, 30,000 in commissions that you didn't have before. Also with the conversations, maybe 900 of those, ton of just random conversations, but you had maybe 9 people ask you about real estate that you now have in your pipeline to help buy or sell a home in the future. The prospecting that just kind of comes along with everything on social media and building that trust. That's 45 hours that you actually spent prospecting by just spending 30 minutes a day on your social media platform doing so. And your 900 friend requests from the 10 requests a day, which could become 100 new local friends who you've now sent an introduction message to and are seeing your content that you're posting on a daily basis every single day. So does anyone have any questions with this? Because I think if you guys implement this stuff, and if you guys have any more questions on it, I wanted to dive deep into all of these, but this would just be a super long class if I did that. But I wanted you guys to get a gist of, why we post, what strategy is done in order to get more people to follow you on Facebook, and, the paid ad strategy. Why do people add that onto their social media? So that's kind of a gist of everything put together, but I definitely want to answer anyone's questions if they have any additional questions about any of these social media strategies. No questions? All right.
Tristan, I'll answer. I'll ask a question. Hey, so I've seen an agent that I'm following online, not a Best Homes agent, but she's able to take like her Valley Home Search kind of portal and put a certain search criteria in there and then post it on Facebook as part of her lead generation. But I'm struggling as to how she did that. Would you be able to provide a quick video or a quick tutorial on that for us older people who don't know the first thing about Facebook ads?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks.
So with that, I'll actually just post a video because I think this is something that we need to have like recorded anyway. So I'll record a video on that today and I'll post it in the Best Agents Home group. So that way you guys can, always refer back to that. And then we'll add that to the sync section of the Best Homes Academy.
Thank you kindly.
Awesome. And then, so Adolfo, I saw your comment. So if you guys haven't used this yet, so here is the Build Your Brand Guide that I was talking about. And this pretty much covers your brand vision, what to be posting, your brand statement, the building blocks behind all of your content, the brand core messaging pillars and everything. But Felix, since I have you on the call, do you want to tell people a little about social media and how it's changed your business? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute. Sorry.
There we go. Yeah, actually it was a 360 for me personally, because I got into a higher level. I was actually, doing $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 homes. And once I started the social media, I actually jumped up and now I'm doing $5, $6 and $2 and $3 million homes now. And a lot of that came off the social media. But, you hit on something that was really, really, really accurate. And it is in the contact, you get these guys when you're doing open houses, you got to reach out to them, thank them for coming out, stay in contact with them. Some of my deals have come from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, just because I've kept a search going from like a saved search and I just keep in touch with them. That's where a majority of your business really does come from. So you got to work that pipeline. I think that's probably one of the biggest things. And the social media actually did that for me because I was able to set up searches. And then, I'm also sending out videos, and some of these people, I make sure they're on my links. So they're hearing from me. They're still getting emails from me. And I think it's an anchor of my business personally.
Awesome. Thanks, Felix. Yeah. So some of the things that me and Felix have like really implemented into like his social media and stuff. If you guys aren't currently doing this stuff, it's definitely helpful. What we do is we do videos all the time. Like we just filmed a few videos last week. We're getting those edited right now, and we're going to be pushing those out to social media, emailing them to everyone in his CRM. And then, that's just more ways to reach the people. And then Felix obviously does his part where he follows up, he calls them. He's always, engaging with them, having conversations. And that's why I really think that it does work for him. But thank you, Felix. I really wanted people to see, Felix, when we first started working together, he actually, he didn't really care for social media, but he wanted to learn a little bit more about it. And, he's done extremely well with it. The videos, even the online leads. I believe you closed that double site. Was it like a double-ended deal, like right away within a few months or something? So
Yeah. Yeah, we actually got a couple of really strong deals there. And not only that, when I get deals like that, by staying in contact with them, I had the brother call me. I had one of their aunts call me. That's not that uncommon because, if you do good service for somebody, they always want to tell somebody how great you were. Oh, I got a guy, he did this, he did that for me. I think that's a big thing too. So, but I will tell you this, I don't think my business would have been nearly as successful as it was if I hadn't dipped into the social media side, because my issue was I didn't know anything about it. I'm electronically challenged. So, by giving you that power and letting you take it over and doing the videos and kind of walking me through all that, I think that was a big change for me. I definitely start going in the right direction at that point.
awesome. Well, and that's another thing too, though. I do want to let everyone know, Felix has had great success with this stuff, but with just the stuff that I was implementing everything without him actually putting in that work, doing those calls, without him, staying consistent on social media, making sure that people who are reaching out to him, he's putting them in the CRM, putting them on saved searches, making sure that all that stuff's going out. None of these deals would have happened. And that's what I would like to tell the agents is I can help you guys get there, but you guys are going to have to, actually put in that work and everything. And Felix has done just that. And just know, guys, you don't have to be an expert in social media to close more deals like Felix has. Like he said, he just dove into it. We dove into it a couple of years ago, and he's had a lot of success with it. And he's going to continue to grow. I think you're dealing with $3 million homes now, and hopefully we could keep going up from there.
Yeah. But, just like I had an open house this weekend and a couple of people said, oh, I saw one of your videos, or, hey, I saw this advertised on the social media, that sort of thing. So, I mean, it is, but you know what? You are 100% right on that. You're only going to get what you put in. If you just do it, sit back and cross your fingers, it doesn't really work like that. You really got to put the time in. And that's what I love about this industry. You get paid for what you actually do. So if you put in more time, you'll make more money. So, and again, have the right tools, do the social media, because if you don't have that, you're missing a huge part of this, because this is the future and you got to be up with that. I think that's really important.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Felix. I hope anyone who is diving into social media was, if you're able to hear that right now, Felix has killed it in with the social media as a pillar. So really take, notes of those things and just start, day by day, just implement this stuff, start figuring out a game plan. Before I get off here right now, I do want to add the Build Your Brand guide so that you guys could start here. This is going to be the base of everything that you do on your social media. With any of the agents that are doing any of the branding stuff with me, I actually give this to them as the first thing, or I'll walk them through the questions myself. But this has to be done if you guys want to have a successful social media. So let me go ahead and add that to the comments really quick. Let me see. But does anyone have any questions maybe for, even Felix? He's someone who's actually been kind of working, doing the actual implementation behind everything we do. Does anyone have any questions for him?
Felix, how many posts do you put out weekly on average?
Well, again, I let Tristan do a lot of that. I probably post, I'm on there every day. I look every day to see if there's anything or I get any notes or anything like that. Again, but it is, I think the big thing is you're finding your niche. Your niche would be, and what I mean by that is, do some restaurant reviews, do some, hey, what's happening in the Valley reviews, find your niche and figure out what you're in. And so you're not just talking about real estate, you're talking about health, you're talking about life, you're talking about festivities, that sort of thing. I think it's nice that you're diverse, because that way people will actually listen to you and go, oh, I didn't know that. I'll send that to my sister. Now all of a sudden you got another person, because it had nothing to do with real estate, but you gave them something that they wanted to pass on. And that's the thing, give people things they can pass to other people.
Great, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Vicky, another thing too. So what we actually do with his videos when people see them is we don't really physically post as much like throughout the week. I have a 4-week cycle. So if you guys want to write these down, if you guys want to do one video a week, one will be a market update. One will be a new, something new about the local community. So maybe like a restaurant opening or maybe new development. The next one will be a buyer's tip or a seller tip, whoever you want to speak to. And then, after that, you can maybe do like a success story with an agent or talk about, something that's happened or like a way that you help people overcome something in real estate. So I try to like keep it in that motion, and just cycle those on a monthly basis. But everything else is kind of paid ads. Like right now, Felix has a listing, like his new listing that he has. And the reason people are seeing it every day is we're actually running it for like a few dollars a day in front of a detailed target audience of people who, live in certain areas and who have, looked at luxury homes in specific areas. And we're targeting those people to just see those on a daily basis as well. But then we have those 4 videos that we'll post on his social media, but mainly we'll email to his CRM too. So that way, like everyone in his database is getting these local updates or local community events, the market updates, the buyer and seller tips, and then they're hearing about, his agent or his client successes as well.
Yeah, that makes.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this build your brand guide under here, and then I will let you guys go. Let's see.
Why he's doing that, you guys? I want to give you a little tip here, and it actually works out very well for me. If you're ever doing an open house in a gated community, especially, have them, or you guys can have somebody put a little sign up there and say, hey, open house, have the address and say, call for code. And the reason I do that is because that way, when they call you, you have their number. You can follow up with them because, again, you have their number. You can talk to them. Once you get in there with the open house, always ask them, hey, you guys live in this area or are you looking to buy in this area? It kind of tells you what direction you're going to go with that client. And again, I had a guy who came in Sunday. He said he saw a couple of my videos. He came in from San Francisco. He's actually here visiting family. He saw in the videos that we were doing an open house. He came out to the open house on Sunday. He told me he didn't have an agent, but he still liked to look. And I just had a conversation with him again this morning. I followed with him again this morning. And he wants me to go ahead and start sending him a list of homes between 2.5 and 3.5. And that, again, that was all social media right there. That's where that came from. So again, if you guys aren't doing that, you really got to stick your toe in the water, even if you don't know anything about it. Let Tristan do his thing. That way you guys can do what you're good at. Let him do what he's good at, because I got to tell you, they're like pennies from heaven. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's watching. So I think that's really important as well.
Thanks, Felix.
So
awesome. All right, Felix. Well, I really appreciate all this. I mean, it's great that you hopped on the call and you're able to share all of this stuff with everyone. And, if you guys want, we have like resources here at the brokerage, like the Build Your Brand Guide. We have, past calls with like, Raul and Felix, how they've been able to convert online leads. So make sure to check those out. If you guys need a little more help with like your posting strategy, I know I couldn't really dive into that here, but let's have a consultation. Let's figure out what really you need to do in order to take social media more serious and have a little more direction. So, guys, feel free to reach out to me, and I'd love to help you guys anymore with all of the social media stuff, because take it day by day, and within the next 6+ months, the opportunity is endless. It's completely like you don't know how high you can scale this business when it comes to social media, because you don't know how many people you can reach. The opportunity is endless.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, if no one has any more questions, I just put the Build Your Brand guide in the comments. So make sure to copy that link and download that. And really take the time to figure out, all of these questions, and it'll give you a lot more clarity on what you're going to be, what your social media is going to be all about.
Yeah, and if you're not sure, just come in. You can give me a call, and if anybody ever needs any help working the phones, if you're scared to death of calling people on the phones, reach out to me. I can actually give you a quick training lesson. It's actually not that hard. It's just a matter of perspective, I guess. So if anybody needs help with that, let me know. And if you guys aren't sure about what direction to go, come in and talk to Tristan. He'll give you a couple of paths to choose from, whatever fits your personality, because it's really about your personality, you guys.
Yep, I agree. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. And like I said, the link's right there. I can also add this. I know that we're recording right now live in Best Agent's home, so I'll drop the Google Drive link in there as well. And then as long as a link to book any calls with me, and then Felix, I'll put his contact information there too, if any of you guys want to take him up on that online lead offer. So. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hopping on. And I look forward to seeing more of you guys posting on social media.
Bye.
Kristen.